let's see now if there's any sound. And if you all can hear me, hopefully you can. Hopefully I didn't just screw something up here. And is there reverb on the sound though? Is there any reverb? No reverb. Can you hear me loud and clear? No extra. Read all about it. Okay, perfect. Long as you all can hear me. Okay, perfect. Oh my goodness. We are not going to do a repeat of Friday night. We are not going to do that repeat, although I am so here for it. It was so beautiful. But we're just going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to do what we do. And I'm really in the process of sort of bringing my energy back down just a touch, because I actually was in the records and also doing a lot of work. You know, on Sunday is the day that, especially for those of you that are on my list, that I send out love and light to all of the soul family, especially those of you who are in need at this time. At this time. And yeah. So, especially those of you who are, who have reached out and that I've been working with, it's been some beautiful times, but I also recognize for some of us, it's been some very, very, very challenging times. But I want you to know that you are not alone. And I want you to know to hang in there. Hang in there. Just hang in there. Give yourself space. Give yourself grace. It's a lot of transformations that are happening at this time. Anytime we have solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, there's going to be a lot of people who are leaving the planet. These are gateways that are open. These are gateways. These are gateways that are wide open. And so I need you to trust in God, the universe, the Most High, the divine, that there is a greater plan. You know, I was reading something earlier today, and I was going through some notes, some older notes that I had. And in those notes I was going over, it was talking about energy, which I absolutely love. And I don't think you could ever learn everything about energy. I feel like we've just scratched the surface here on humanity when it comes to understanding about energy, our energy, how energy works. But one thing I think we all here can agree on, and that is everything is energy. Everything is energy. And everything that has energy in it, down to the smallest atom, down to the subatomical particles that are inside of your body, that energy is not stagnant. Like that energy is just not sitting there waiting. It has a vibration. It has movement to it, whether that movement is fast or whether that movement is slow. It has movement. And that movement, that vibration is a frequency. And we know through science we can measure frequency. I'm going somewhere with this. Give me just a minute. And as that frequency begins to vibrate and it turns into that frequency can be measured. And based upon that measure of that frequency, it determines the construct, the consciousness. It determines the consciousness that exists inside of it. And that can be debated about what level that consciousness is. You know, that can be debated depending on who's looking at it. If it's someone who's a scientist, if it is someone who's a metaphysician, if it is someone who's spiritually in tune, if it is someone who is just open to being receiving energy. But what can't be debated is that there is a degree of consciousness in it. Our whole entire universe, our whole entire galaxy is energy. And so this is why when we're looking at things from a galactic community or from a galactic cosmic point of view, better said, then you know nothing dies. It's impossible because everything is energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. Nothing dies. It transforms. It evolves. It transmutes. It exchanges. So I was kind of doing some work with that today and looking at that and really thinking about the solar and the lunar eclipse and how we're in the middle. How many of you remember that song, Moni in the Middle? Where you at? Where you at? Yeah, Moni in the Middle. Y'all remember Moni in the Middle? That's where we are. We are in the middle. We are in the middle. We are in the middle. We are in this middle place, and sometimes being in the middle, I'll give you an analogy. Have you ever got on a crowded flight and you stuck in the middle? You're in the middle seat. You're not by the window. You're not close to the aisle, but you in that middle seat. I know. Yikes is right. Because if you're not careful, when you're in the middle, the person on the right will have their arm on the armrest, and the person on the left will have their arm on the armrest, and you just stuck in the middle. That's where we are. And so what begins to happen when the person close to the window starts rustling through their bag or adjusting their seat, it get a little tight in that middle. It get a little tight. You start adjusting yourself because you're thinking, I need my space. Our oars are all intertwined with each other. And I don't even know you like that. I don't even want to know you like that, but you all in my space. And then the person on the end is constantly getting up, opening up the overhead, trying to take something out of their bag and then sitting back down and, pulling things out. And you're like, listen, is there any way I could trade seats with someone? You learn to just breathe and wiggle your toes. That's all you can do is breathe. Thank you for that, Supremacy McCoy. Breathe and wiggle your toes. And that's what we're going to have to do while we're riding this energy of this eclipse. We're going to have to breathe and wiggle our toes. I'm going to give you some dates. And I want you to write them down. I'm not going to go over them right now, but I'm going to give you some dates because we're going to be riding the cosmic waves here for a minute till we get to almost the middle of November. We'll be riding the cosmic waves. But I want to welcome everyone on in. Welcome on into Planet Remix Radio. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and if this is your very first time, I definitely want to say welcome on in. And if you've been here for a long time, so glad you're here. I truly cherish each and every single one of you. By the way, thank you guys for so much on the comments on the last couple of shows. You've been blowing up the spot, especially here on YouTube. And thank you for sharing the shows, and passing it on, liking and subscribing, because your support means everything in the world. It's really how we can continue to do this work that we do here on Planet Remix. So I am totally grateful for each of you. So as we get ready to dive in, first things first, I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to the moderators. First shout out to Lola Falana, who's moderating for us as well. Welcome on in. Also, big shout out to Brother Lance in the building. Big shout out, Brother Lance. And also our other moderator, Mr. Dante. We're going to give a big shout out to Mr. Dante as well. And so we have our moderators in the building. So if you are in the blue room, know that they are there to assist you, to help you, and ensure you have a great time. And along with the rest of the stars, the magic makers in the building as well. I do want to also let you know the phone lines are open, and I am going to be taking your calls. 515-605-9794 is the number to call for our international callers. Definitely make sure you dial the U.S. country code or come over to blogtalkradio.com/the remix, and you can direct connect in. And that's how you're going to get in. And by the way, shouts out to all of our international listeners. I was actually speaking with a brother and sister family from the Middle East, sending them so much love, and everyone in the Middle East, for all the things that is happening right now, sending them so much love and their families as well. To everyone, that we can figure these conflicts, these things out on the planet. So sending love all over the planet. I really have just been sending that love and light and healing and ashe to the ancestors and those who are continuing on their journey, sending them love and light as well. And also out to the Ukraine and everything that's still going on there. Like, a lot of things haven't stopped. So we don't want to forget one thing because of another thing, but we do want to make sure, if you want to send love and light, send it out to the planet. And there will be some soul that is just calling out, and they will be able to receive it. That's really where our love is. Of course, for ourselves, but definitely to send it out all over the planet. I want you all, and for those of you who were a part of Soul Magic, you remember the exercise that we did of how you can raise the frequency and vibration of everywhere you go by sending out the sparkles, the confetti, the sparkles, the sprinkles. And this was even before I had my sound effects. And you would do it before you walked into the grocery store. I was telling you, before you walk in a building, you just send your energy and just kind of sprinkle it all over. As you're driving down the highway or the interstate, you're sending out love and sparkles. You don't even have to say anything. Any kind of movement is not required. You can do it telepathically and send that energy. Anytime I go in the store, anytime I go outside, I am sending it in my neighborhood. I am blessing every place that I go with just high vibes and frequencies. And I promise you, when you get there, when you get inside, it's going to make a difference. And spirit will show you the confirmation. Yeah. Now, speaking of sparkles, I want to give a big sparkle out to Goddess Rainwater. She had her lunar call tonight, earlier today. And when I tell you, it was amazing. And so I want to give a big shout out to Goddess Rainwater. She came on, shared some things with us, and she had a very special call, really bringing in that energy, that lunar energy here, some magical ways that you can begin to work with that energy, how you can begin to start connecting with your ancestors and this energy, crystals and all kinds of rituals and things that you can do. And so definitely she has made a promise. I'm going to kind of put her on blast here, but she's going to be doing more of these calls because it was so beautiful and so magical. So I want to say thank you to all of Planet Remix family who supported and will continue to support, because she does some amazing, amazing work and a part of Planet Remix. She's going to be going to Mexico as well. And so she's going to be streaming while she's gone. Also, yeah. Yeah. So she's going to be streaming as well. So she's you'll get a chance to see her. And if you've ever watched her streams when she's out and about just all over the planet, it is so beautiful just to see her work and see all the things. So it's so many good things. So definitely make sure you follow her on social media and stay connected as well. Yeah, so sending her so much love. So much love to her and her family as well. So sending her so much love. Yeah. So let's do this. Let's do this. I want to ring the bell for self-invested. And for everyone who's self-invested, I'm so excited. We're going to be doing class this week, Wednesday. We're going to be doing self-invested. We're on a master power day today. 2022, and we're moving into this energy of 2023. So let's talk about some power dates. I'm going to give them to you. The 23rd, this is going to be of October. The 23rd, I'm going to give you the 30th, the 31st, the 5th, and the 6th. Put a star by those 2 days. The 5th and the 6th. The 7th, this is November. We're going in. The 5th, the 6th is November. The 7th. Let me know if y'all still with me. Yeah, and I'll be able to update you after the 7th on these dates. But let's talk about some of those dates. Tomorrow, the energy is going to be extremely high. Extremely high. Extremely high. It's going to be very, 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 very high. Now, this is a great time to channel your future self. And I'm going to say it to you in this way. It's a way to channel your future self. And the reason I'm telling you that is because in this gateway, in this portal that we're in, we're going to have some opportunities to make some drastic changes in our lives that will actually stick. That will stick. When I say stick, I'm talking about not like a sticky note. I'm talking like a real stick. Like it's going to be instant transformation. It's going to change your life forever. Meaning who you are as we move through these days, you will no longer be that person anymore. Now, technically, we know we are always doing that. We are always changing who we are. But often what happens, it's a slow burn. And what do I mean by slow burn? People don't realize that you've been working on you for a very, very long time. And so that manifestation, that slow burn, it takes a while for them to see the change come upon. Even though you know instantly, you could go back to the day, you can go back to the second when you made that promise to yourself that you were going to stop doing something or start doing something or make some adjustments or change a few things. You knew exactly when that was going to happen, but maybe everyone else around you didn't see that instantly. They didn't recognize it instantly within you, whether it was something physical, whether it was something mental, or even if it was something spiritual. They didn't really see it. So by the time they realized it, you have already settled in. It was a slow burn. No. This isn't a slow burn. This is a quickening, an awakening. Because what's happening at this particular time, we're going to be either thrust through the portal or we're going to be on the other side of the portal. So some decisions are going to have to be made. And I want you all to be very present and conscious in your life. To know when something comes up and you hear sort of that higher voice say to you, pay attention. Pay attention to your dreams, number one. Pay attention to the things that are happening around you. Pay attention because you're going to have an opportunity, and that decision, that choice that you make is going to change your life. It literally is going to change your life. So we're in that point. We're in that point. And it's going to and things are going to start speeding up. They're going to start speeding up immediately. You are going to have to be aware and listen to your intuition and not allow distractions, because here's the other thing. Remember the example about sitting on the airplane and you're in the middle seat and the plane is crowded and you got two people on the side of you and they're moving around, they're on their laptops, they're getting up, going to the bathroom, they're doing all kinds of stuff. They're doing all kinds of stuff. You have to be patient. And the patience I'm talking about is from within. Because people are going to trigger you. They're going to push your button. And all of this is by design. People who push your buttons, people who trigger you, They're going to show up in your life. They're going to call you. You're going to see them. They're going to send you messages. They're going to do all kinds of stuff to you. Unconsciously. They're going to challenge your thoughts. You're going to want to take a stand for something. And it's okay to take a stand. Just don't go too hard. Leave room. Stay open. Don't get into arguments and debates. This is not the time to go back and forth. This is not the time to get into an argument with someone, because you will be giving away your precious, your powerful, your divine energy. You don't want to give that up. You don't want to give that up. You don't want to waste that. Because this is for you to stay present so you can hear the divine talking to you, so you can continue to move forward. If you find that you're getting irritated, you're getting agitated, you're getting angry, you're getting pissed off, you're getting jealous, you're getting hurt, you're getting mad, you're getting sad, know that your transformation has begun. And all of that is fine. Here's what I need you to know. I need you to focus on you with that, because it's telling you something there. There is a message there that it's attempting to get you to let go of this so that you can get those precious gems of your downloads and upgrades that are there for you. If you could stay centered long enough. But here's the thing. Let's say you don't. Let's say you blow up. Let's say you go off. Let's say you get angry, and let's say you start deflecting. Let's say you start going into that place. I need you to catch yourself. And as soon as you do, I need you to stop, and I need you to get out of it. I need you to stop, acknowledge what happened, apologize for, not for maybe what you felt. Never apologize for what you really feel, but the way you expressed it, the way you handled the situation. And then take some time and go back and handle it the way that you know you want to handle it. It's important that we learn how to navigate our emotions in this way, because it can be very critical, because the last thing you want to do is to be so distracted by something that really isn't that big, and then turn around and miss an opportunity of a lifetime because you're so focused on what had happened that you miss your opportunity. So do that. Just stay in love. Lead with love. Lead with love. Know that nothing is that serious to bring you to that point, and recognize that we're all on this journey, and everyone is in their own uniqueness and how they're handling this situation. And because of the work that some of us came to the planet to do, that responsibility is even greater. So remember, responsibility is about how do you respond, not you respond when you are in a position where you don't have to take accountability. Or sometimes we think because we're on the internet, we can say things and do all of this. But how do you respond when you're on the other side of what's happening to you? How do you respond to that? So make sure that you're on your square. And for those of you who have the galactic e-files, you know what that means when I say you standing on your square. You're not in the box. You built the box. You're on top of the box. You're standing on your box. So it's about making sure you are present, making sure you are in the moment, and making sure that when you do respond, because that is a part of your responsibility, that you are responding from you, the unique you, your higher self, your loving self, your divine self. You are responding from that portion of who you are. And if any of those other emotions come up, trust yourself on it, because people are showing you who they really are by that. Your role is not to feed into allowing that energy to be sucked out of you. That's what we really call vampire energy. People do things to get a reaction. They do things, they say things, it's just all of this, consciously and unconsciously, because they need to feed off of your energy. And a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are going through, they're fighting to know who they are. Some people are coming into a different phase of their consciousness where they're finding out that they don't really know who they are. And that's not a bad thing. I wish I could tell the world. It's a beautiful thing. Because as you grow and as you evolve, that can change for you. Can change in an instant. That's why you can't get too locked up on titles. And just kind of go with the flow. We have to have titles because it's a form of our communication here. It's also showing where we identify ourselves as. But don't be so fixed into it. Make sure you're leading with that love. So Shy in the Light says, what if it's babies? Well, I'm going to tell you what my mama said. And my mother tells me this all the time. God takes care of fools and babies. The goal here is not to be the fool too many times. The babies is covered. And a lot of times if you have children and they're acting out or they're being frustrated and they're angry, look at the people in the house. That's all you have to do, because children are very sensitive to energy and they're very good at matching energy. Very good at matching energy. If you ever, I remember when I was a substitute teacher for a while, some years ago, and I was just doing it part-time. I really didn't know if that was something. I always had a love for teaching. And I remember one time going into a classroom and they was telling me how horrible these children were and how the class was just so horrible, and they were going to put 3 people in the classroom because these kids were so out of control. And went in there and the children were amazing. And it was because the lead teacher who was doing the subbing, myself and others, we all loved children. We had a love for children. We enjoyed children. And the kids enjoyed us. It took them less than 20 minutes to adjust their energy to where ours was. And that's just not for children. That also happens with people. So if you go into a business or a place or establishment, and when you get into that business, you go into that place and the people working there are nasty, they're mean, you don't get mad at the worker. Know that it's coming from the top down. That's who's ever running that. That's their attitude. People will match energy. That's why when you guys come to Planet Remix, it's such a beautiful place. We have so many high frequency beings here that even when someone comes and they have ill intentions or disgruntled, if they hang around long enough, that will change. And not because we're forcing a change upon them, it's because it's the frequency they're going to choose as well. And for those who cannot, they're not able to stay. I recognize that about myself in the position that I'm in, that if you are not in my frequency, you can't stand me. It's too hard for you to listen to me. You're not going to be able to stay around. You're only going to be able to pop in and pop out. You're not going to be able to keep listening. It won't let you. That frequency won't let you. But it's not something that's exclusive to me. When you are channeling a frequency from yourself, from love, from your higher self, that is true to your uniqueness of who you are, you're going to resonate and people are going to do you the same way. So if there are some people in your lives that this is happening, you understand why. You understand why. You understand why they can't do it. And it's not a wrong thing or right thing because we're all vibrating at different frequencies. Some frequencies will not even allow you to hear. There are some people I can say something 100 times and they can't even hear me. They can't hear me. It's like Charlie Brown in when they're in school and the teachers are talking and they're going, wah, 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 wah. That's what it sounds like. It's also that way when a person has closed off their heart, because true hearing comes in through the heart first, not the ears. So when the heart can't truly be closed down, but the person is not open to receive, they can't hear you. So sometimes you may be trying to help someone. You may be trying to offer them assistance. It could be a family member. It could be someone you're working with, and you keep telling them the same thing. You're giving them the answer, telling them what to do, and they just go into it's not because of you. You have to stop taking it personal. It's their heart. Their heart is closed off from receiving. That person doesn't know how to receive. And I know for myself, before I understood the tools of life, and before I understood how to truly, truly love myself, I was very closed off to a lot of things in my life. A lot of things in my life. Wanted nothing to do with nothing. If I can't touch it, taste it, feel it, it's not real. If it's not in a book and you can't show me, it's not real to me. And many of us came through that same lineage. We were very spiritual, psychic, connected, when we were children. That's why they always talk about come as a child, come with a pure heart, all of this. The reason for those sayings is because a child is open to giving and receiving in the natural divine flow of life. But then we get indoctrinated into systems like schools and our families and whatever community we're living in and society and now social media and all of these places. And now the outside world becomes more important than the inside world. And so we care nothing about what's happening on the inside. We only seek satisfaction, validation, connection with the outside world. But spirituality has taken a turn on the planet. And now that activation of elevation has to come from the inside. It cannot even be inspired from the outside. And this is where it will allow you, because the heart is non-judging. The heart is neutral. I think when science say we're only using a small percentage of our brain, which I don't believe that, really I feel we're only using a small percentage of our heart. We're using our heart as a mechanism for pain, as a mechanism for sorrow, as a mechanism for sadness most of the time. That's where we use our heart. And the heart is neutral. The heart is absolutely neutral. It is the portal. It is the gateway between the physical and the spiritual world. So this gateway we're in, the heart is there too. It's where both worlds meet. If you look at your chakras, your arits, your energy centers in your body, it's what they call the lower and upper Egypt. It is that divine portal. That heart is neutral. But everything exists in the heart. Jealousy, anger, pain, but love is there. Passion is there. Empathy is there. Light is there. All of that. It's in the heart. But if you stay locked away in one corner, then you don't get to explore the chambers. You don't get to walk through the archway, the ancient archways that have been on the planet since the beginning of the planet. You don't get to see what is beyond the veil. You don't get to read the Emerald Tablet and understand its translation. The heart is the Emerald Tablet. It is the manifestation of your divine essence, your connection with all things, both in this world and out of this world. It is your gateway to higher planes of existence, or it is your gateway to the underworld of death. Death in the sense of being useless. Death in the sense of not conscious. Death in the sense of not evolving. Death in the sense of no joy, no happiness, no connection. That is death as well. So we must use the heart and allow it to be a compass that will take us into portals and take us into realms of our soul and our spirit to explore beyond just the mere emotions that is being presented on the surface, that is being manifested by external stimulation. And allow ourselves to sit in the position of the 0 point, the Zen zone, that 0 point, what the monks call the Dantian. It's one of the major Dantian points in the body. You know how Drake sings that song, Nice for What? And they show the sister at the end with her legs and arms crossed, and she's levitating in thin air, in midair. That's your Dantian. You are neutral. You are neutral. You're not moving too fast to the left, and you're not moving too fast to the right. But you're connected. This is where you become the star. And this is when your aura starts to center itself in the heart and begins to shine its rays out like a 5-pointed star. And this is when you will shine. You will shine bright. You will shine bright. You will shine bright. You will shine. You will light up your whole light body. Your light body will shine. Your Merkaba will activate. Yes, Brother Lance, we can see your halo. Your halo will appear. And you can still get up, get dressed, dance, go to the grocery store, go to work, come home, create, go work out, go have fun, get on an airplane, take a trip, hang out with your friends online, read a book, create something magical, have connection, have friends. You could still do all of these things. But all of this takes work. But it all starts on the inside. And the first thing that you have to work on, which we've been doing here on Planet Remix, you got to recondition your mind, your thoughts. And that's what's been so heavily activated in these last couple of days and going forward in these next days. Yeah, you guys can hear Baby Blue. Yeah. Is going to be your mind. Remember, you are not your thoughts. And you don't have to chase your thoughts around like a lost dog. The mind is so powerful. And when we put it to use for what the mind was designed to do, it is limitless. It is limitless. So you have to lovingly, gracefully, but very boldly talk to yourself. You got to upgrade your self-talk and say, not today. We're not accepting that thought. And remember Remember, anytime you take anything out, you must return something. Matter of fact, shouts out to all the divine priestess in the building. We know this. And anyone who does spiritual work will tell you this. You cannot take something out without replacing it with something of the same vibration, frequency, or higher. You have to upgrade your self-talk. You're not going to get around the work. You're not. Pay attention to your dreams, particularly on the 6th and the 7th. You're going to be having some very, very magical dreams, solution dreams. You know, in ancient Egypt and Kemet, they used to have dream temples. And I've done a lot of shows on dreams in the past, but I'll talk about this right now. If there's something that has been weighing heavy on your mind or heavy on your heart, write it down on a piece of paper. Take the piece of paper and speak the words from your mouth into the paper, fold it up, put it in your pillowcase, and keep it in there till we get to the 11th of November. And from now until the 11th of November, you will get your answer. I don't care if it's your health. I don't care if it's your finances. I don't care if it's about a job. I don't care if it's about a relationship. I don't care if it's about where you must live. I don't care if it's about moving. I don't care what it is. You will receive your answer. The only time that this will get tricky is if you are crossing universal laws. Let me tell you one way you cross a universal law. You are putting a wish and wanting to know something for someone other than yourself. No, you won't get it. You need to make sure that whatever you're asking for you and not trying to force your will on someone else. Not your will on someone else. Now, I'm not telling you if you have a loved one or someone that you really care about and you love, you can ask, how can I be of assistance? But don't be upset if the answer is not what you want. But we're going to go back to the airplane example. And you know how when they do the safety on the airplane, they tell you, before you put that oxygen mask on anyone else, you must first put it on yourself. Before you put it on a child, before you put it on an elder, before you put it on someone sick, you must first put it on yourself. And if anyone's here has ever been a lifeguard, the lifeguard will tell you in their training, especially those who work at beaches, they are trained how to knock your ass out. Because often when a person is drowning and you're trying to save them, they will take you under and sometimes drown you in their state of panic. So literally, the lifeguard will have to knock you out, put your ass to sleep to save you. Otherwise, you will kill them and yourself. So I want you to take that in. I want you to take that in so that you can understand. They literally are trained to do that because there was a time that lifeguards were drowning, trying to save people. Because when a person is in a state of panic, they're not conscious. You are. And you think you're talking to them like, hold on, I got you. I'm coming to save you. You are conscious. They are not. And they're fighting for their life. All you see is a person that's drowning. In their mind, they're fighting for their life. And we see this in people energetically. And sometimes it looks nasty, it looks dirty, it looks deceiving. Energetically, when they allow this part of themselves to come out and do some unthinkable, unforgivable things. But they're fighting for their life. Somewhere they are fighting for their life. And they do not have the capacity to be in a higher state of consciousness. So make sure that when you're putting this request in, it can be for someone you love or you care, but it has to be centered around what is your role and your position. And then the other thing you have to remember, as powerful, as divine, as magical as you are, so is everybody. Everyone has that potential. This is why we always tell you on Planet Remix, the worst thing you could do for somebody is feel sorry for them. Because that mere statement means somehow you're elitist to them. It's an elitist mentality. It's an elitist mentality when you think nobody can help you either. That's an elitist mentality that you're only here to help people and no one can help you. So I share with you things that I've learned, things that I've shared over and over and over on this platform, because this is a good reminder to all of ourselves during this time. So this is not a test. You're not being tested. This is the real deal. This is the exam. If you don't pass, though, no worries. 9 to 18 years, you'll get that opportunity to do something different again. Now, maybe if you 16, 17, you in your early 20s, you can afford to, kind of miss this opportunity and said, no problem, 9 years, I'll figure it out. I'll get it together. Oh, 18 years, no problem. I'll get it together. But if you're not, I don't know. I don't know about you, but I definitely not trying to miss this one. I'm sure I missed the many. And I only say that and I can laugh at myself. Please don't take yourself too serious. I can laugh at myself because I done missed a lot of portals. So if anybody miss it and you want to talk to Ms.Blue about it, let me know. Let me know because I'll let you know. I done missed a lot of them. a whole bunch of them. I'll let you know how it feels. I'll let you know how it feels to miss them. Trust me. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know what the 9-year feel like, what the 18-year feel like. I'll let you know all that. I done missed them. So, it's about being aware, and doing your work. You're not going to get around your work. There's not a book you can read. There's not a class you can go, ta-da. You're not going to take the class and come out talking about, ta-da, I did it. I done leveled up. So I want to give you some dates. And I found this to be very interesting. 1541 was the last time we had this alignment come up for us, especially when it comes to the eclipse. And it's so interesting because what was happening in 1541? What was happening in 1541? I kind of looked and kind of gazed all over the planet. But in 1541, one of the things that was going on in the planet, so powerful. It was the golden age in ancient Egypt. A lot of things were happening during that 1541 portal. A lot of things was going on. I want to say Thutmose was one of the pharaohs during that time. But the point that I'm making with you, that history doesn't always have to repeat itself the same. It doesn't. It's just like right now, America, is having its Pluto return. And, this was, a time of a lot of civil unrest. And I think even though we can look at it that way of things happening, we're all, especially those of us connected to the West and America, we are going through our Pluto return. It's just happening internally instead of externally. So one of the biggest things that I can tell you is forgiveness and learning how to let things go, because whatever you carry with you is going to stay with you. It's going to stay with you. That is how history repeats itself. This is how you continue karma. See, a lot of times people think continuing karma, oh, I don't want to have children because that's how you keep karma going. No. One of the ways that you keep the lineage, because there's different levels to karma, going is by holding on to things that don't serve you. Pain, anger, jealousy, all of these things, holding on to these things is how you create karma. Not in this lifetime, just in this lifetime. You set up karma. One of my spiritual teachers even said, you set up karma for your next lifetime. And not just your next lifetime, you set up karma, holding on to that. That's who's going to be your parents when you come back. Whatever that karma that you just can't let go of, that you're so angry about, you're so mad about, you're so pissed about, that's going to be your parent is going to display those attributes in your next lifetime. And it don't have to be your parent. It could be a loved one. It could be a friend. It could be something that happened at work. It could be all of that. Oh, that's what you're going to reincarnate with. Trust and believe. You are already telling the story of who you want your parents to be. Yeah. So, moral of the story, remember, forgiveness is allowing yourself an opportunity to move forward. Forgiveness is forward giving. Spell the word forgiveness out. If you write the word forgiveness out, you will see forward giving. Forward giving. Do you see it? Forgiving. F-O-R. Forgiveness. It's forward giving. You got to get into your metaphysician zone to figure that out, because it's magic in there. It's power in those words. Forward giving. Forgiveness is about you allowing yourself the opportunity to move forward beyond that situation, beyond what was happening at that particular time. You are forward giving. You're moving forward. And when you don't forgive, you don't move forward. So this is the danger of not moving forward. If you feel you're stagnant in your life, something's not moving forward, look to see what are you not forgiving, and start with yourself. Start with yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. All right. So I think we clear. Let's get those likes up. So we're going to get ready to go to the phone lines. We're going to take some calls. I'm going to talk to you all. Do some collective soul readings. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You just finished a great walk. Oh, that's beautiful. You were walking and listening. Oh, that is powerful. That's a powerful, when you are exercising, walking, or just kind of moving your body, your subconscious mind is sucking in everything that you are doing. The subconscious mind is taking it all in. The 23rd dates, the 30th, the 31st, the 6th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. Yeah. And I'll give you the rest. After that. We will be in touch. And I got an announcement. Dang it, I'm about to put myself on the spot. I got an announcement. Are y'all ready for this? I got a couple of announcements. But on Hallows Eve, the 31st, I am going to be doing a special call. You will get the details. They'll be available tomorrow. But I'm going to be doing a special call on the 31st, which is Tuesday, Hallows Eve. And it's going to be all about talking to the dead, doing live readings, sharing different things that you can do to connect with your ancestors, your loved ones. But I'm going to be doing readings, and I'm going to be picking special individuals. Everyone who gets a ticket, who gets a seat, will have an opportunity to be in the drawing to get a reading. I'm not going to be able to read everyone, but if you come, you are going to get an opportunity to get a reading. So we're going to get together. We're going to talk about some spiritual things, and we're going to talk about some things in the spirit realm and what is happening at this time in the spiritual realm. I told you all a couple of months ago last year, earlier last year, and part of the year before that, a part of the Akashic files and the ancestor realm has moved. There has been some more changes that is happening in the spirit realm. So be on the lookout for that. I will post as soon as it is available for you to get your seat. It's going to be a live Zoom call. We're going to come. We're going to have all the feels, and I'm going to take you into the dark side of magic. And we're going to be diving into those kinds of quests of things on that day and answering a lot of questions that you all may have about that. But we're going to have a lot of fun, of course, a lot of fun. And we'll be together for a couple of hours. Don't worry. You'll be able to take the kids. The kids will go trick-or-treating, and if they trick-or-treat and do all of those things. And yeah, we're going to be able to do that. We'll have a live special guest. I have a couple of spirits who have agreed to come by and share a few things with us. And we'll even see, maybe we'll get some of our galactic brothers and sisters to come in. You know, by the way, Geo and Mama Gail has been in direct communication with a lot of our other family, our galactic family. They've been seeing them in the airways, and yes, they're about to make their landing, and they have agreed, even though they're going to be busy, to scoop on by on the call and share some powerful messages. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So that is to come. So I definitely, Lola Falana, you are so right. I done forgot what I did. Lola Falana said you did a workshop last year around Halloween, and I got a chance to speak to my mom. Was it Beyond the Veil that we did? I have to go back and see it. I got to go back and see that workshop. If that was the one that we did around Halloween, I think we did another one, but this one we gonna be getting in there. We're going to be getting in there. And plus, I don't want to put a plus. I don't want to keep putting a plus in there. But yeah, we're going to have some guest appearance that's going to come by. And they're going to be scooping on in. Brittany said it was Beyond the Veil, and I spoke with my daddy. That's right. So we're gonna be doing it, but this is gonna be season 10. Season 10 of that we're going to do. So I will have that out coming up here in the next couple of days. So that we can get together and do that. Put a plus and push the button. Oh, Sheila. Gio said, is it Edgar Casey? Edgar Casey is on my soul body. He is the one who really helped to show me that I could do this work and be myself and not have to go to sleep. Because many of you may or may not know, I channeled Edgar Casey, but when I was doing my work with Edgar Casey is the one who showed me how I could do my work my way and not go to sleep. Because Edgar Casey was the sleeping prophet. When I was much younger, a lot of times when things would come, they would come in dreams, sleep state, or they would come, I would have to go in the state and kind of just close my eyes and lay down, and I would get the information. But I didn't want to have to do, if this was going to be a part of my calling, I didn't want to have to do it that way. No one to possess me. I don't want that. Even though I channel the Black Madonna and she brings some messages through, I just kind of give them, she told me I can give them as me. So she lets me know when I need to let you guys know. And some of you have had I have been honored to be able to give the Black Madonna reading to you. And the Black Madonna reading, they're out of this world. I've done a few live and on the show, but the Black Madonna readings are so, oh my gosh, life-changing. All of them are, but the Black Madonna, her energy is just so divine, so divine. And I have a very special story with the Black Madonna. I'll say it real short here, is that many of you know I've been kidnapped twice in my life, really 3 times, but 2 times that I'm going to tell you about. And one of the times that I was kidnapped, it was actually in Czechoslovakia, which is so interesting because we have some beautiful family members who listen in from Czechoslovakia now. And in Czechoslovakia, when we were being taken, because I wasn't alone, and I was a teenager then, I always remember my father and mother would tell me, make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. Because if you see your surroundings, if you ever get lost, you can find your way back. Plus, I was a Girl Scout. So, they tell you, you have the little trails, you have markers, so you can find your way back. And I remember when they were walking us and we were walking and they told us to look straight, don't look to the left or the right. I looked up and I seen this statue of this woman holding this baby, and it was all black. And she was had a gold cage on the side of a building. I didn't know what that statue was, but I remembered it because black statue, gold cage, side of a building. And I just remembered that from where they took us from the train, this is where we went. So if we got out, I could remember how to get back. Fast forward many, many moons and many, many times later, in a conversation with Brother Bobby Hemmett one night, me and him was talking, and I shared that with him, and he was the one who told me it was the Black Madonna. And then he told me to go look it up. I looked it up. Later, he sent me a picture, if you have his picture packet. He even showed me he knew where that Black Madonna was. He knew where they all were in the world. But he told me it was the Black Madonna and that I should tell my story. That was a part of me getting out of a lot of my fear when I first started doing the show. So, I would say to you now, I don't have that fear anymore. But in the beginning, a big part of me never showing myself and putting up pictures was that fear of putting myself, my family, my children in jeopardy or something happening. So that was a big part of it. I'm over that fear now. I have other reasons why I do it. But anywho, But I say that to say to you, one, because we're talking about working through things and getting over things and how things impact. Look at that situation. I never knew at that particular time that something so life changing, traumatic to me would turn out to be something so sacred to me. Because when I seen that, I just needed a landmark to make sure I knew how to get back. That's all. I wasn't looking for no other reason, but I recognized it was the Black Madonna. Many years later, I was told it was the Black Madonna. And when I pulled up the picture and I seen it, I said, oh my God, that was it. Now, I have since gone back and visited Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic, many times, and walked the same street where at that time we were kidnapped, and even gone shopping there. It's a beautiful place and love it. Of course, I was much older and grown afterwards, but I wanted to go back there because I didn't want that, even though that didn't help remove all the fear. But anywho, that's a story for another day, and it's in the archives. But anywho, and in case some of you are asking, the very first place I was kidnapped was in New York. I'm from Brooklyn, and I was kidnapped in Brooklyn. Me, my mom, and my brother, we were kidnapped in Brooklyn. I was much younger then. But anyway, so later, as the story go, and I didn't give myself the name, the Oracle. Now, I added Soulful in there, but I didn't give myself the name, the Oracle. When I first started studying ancient Kemet, Egypt, and I studied with the Kemites, I studied with the Seba, many of them, and I heard the story about the oracles of Delphi, and I heard that they were kidnapped. And all of a sudden, while I'm hearing this story, I'm sitting there and I see this light, this sparkle of a light come out of nowhere, thin air, and come swirling in. And it went in my eye, straight in my eyes, this light. And I got so freaked out, so scared. I thought I was going blind because I was spending way too much time on the computer. That was really an activation point for me. So I'm telling you all this because we're in this gateway energy, and a lot of things may be happening to you. Now, they may not be that grandiose. Now, I can tell y'all a lot of trauma stories, but we'll save that for Halloween, right? But you get what I'm saying, that everything has meaning always. I don't want to downplay things for a particular moment, but this is a very special moment for all of us soul beings on the planet. It is a powerful moment for you. So I would say take nothing for granted. Not even the people you love and you care about. Don't take that for granted. Don't take yourself for granted. And really start thinking about your value. How do you value yourself? Not against someone else, like I'm more valuable than you. Not that bullshit. I'm talking about real value. What are the things you truly value in your life? Think about those things. When was the last time you really started thinking about what are some of your core values for yourself? How do you feel about your integrity? The integrity and how you move, the integrity of how you act, the integrity of your connections, the integrity of the things that you do when no one's watching you. And most importantly, how do you feel about the integrity of your own thoughts that you're having? These are the things I want you to begin to start thinking about. And then ultimately be bold enough, be loving enough, I guess is the best word I can think of, that you can take an honest, healthy, loving look at things that you want to change. And I only say that because I know this isn't about something being wrong with you, but it is, in a sense. But only you can define that. No one else can say what's wrong with you. You understand? No one else can tell you, oh, this is, you know what's wrong with you. You don't want nobody to tell you nothing. You know what's wrong with you, even though we say that to people. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter who tells you that. But I want you to think about, what are the things you would like to change about you? What do you want to change? Without judgment. But I'm talking about from deep in your heart and your spirit. What do you want to change? Not to please the outside. For you. Doesn't matter what anyone else says about it. What do you want to change? And then allow yourself the opportunity to know why. You don't have to share it with anyone. And I promise you, if you come on for a call, I will not go in that area of your life. Because y'all know I could be a little curious. We won't say nosy, but I could be a little curious. But I want you to think about it. What is it? What's that thing that you really want to change? Don't forget about wishes. And oh, by the way, on the 28th, put that date down, because the 28th, my goodness, this is our only full blood moon of 2023. Period. That's it. We get one. We get one. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't say nosy. I'm curious. You don't remember that song? I'm curious. You do. Y'all, some of y'all too young. Y'all don't know that song. But anyway, I'm just curious. I'm not nosy. I'm curious. But really I am. I'm very curious. I'm curious about all kinds of things. But think about those things in your life that you want to change. About you. No one else. And not for anyone else. For you. Absolutely for you. For you. This is happening in the sign of Taurus. You know, a lot of things, think about what Taurus stands for. Security is one. But I don't want you to just think of security as finance. I don't want you to just think of security as just a place to live. I don't want you to just think in the physical, even though Taurus is connected to the earth energy, you know, into being grounded. I want you to think of security. As how secure are you in your awareness, and you and your love, you and how you feel about you, your security. Where is your mental security? I am a 1965 baby and I am a Taurus. Let's go, Taurus. Let's go. This is a powerful sign for you, Taurus. This is going to be our last eclipse, our last, energy that we're going to have here for a minute. We're about to move into Libra and Pisces. We're going to be flipping a game here. So I want you to think about it. Think about that. Think about it. Yes, we're coming into Scorpio season, and I just want to tell you, really, we're kind of already in Scorpio season. Low key, we kind of already in Scorpio season. And I'm just going to tell you, with this alignment in Scorpio season, we are going to have to keep our heads on a swivel. We're going to have to stand on our square. We're going to have to stay in our spiritual work. And we're going to have to lead with love, because listen, it's going to be a lot of deep, dark energy. Scorpio wants to take you to the depths of the darkness, of the hidden, of the unknown. But think of it more of a discovery process of you, of who you are. It wants to bring everything in you out that's been hidden out. It wants to bring it into the light. Yeah, nothing to be scared of. Scorpio is about rebirth and death. And we will, unfortunately, see a lot of death on the planet. We are seeing it already. A lot of the alignment that's happening in the Middle East is ruled by this. And we're going to have Pluto. And Pluto is, definitely connected with Scorpio. So we'll get a chance to talk more about it as we approach. So how's everybody feeling? How we all doing? Let's get those likes up. We got more than 150 people in the blue room. Let's get those likes up so our soul family can find us. Welcome everyone on in. Gonna ask that you hit that like and that subscribe button if you have not done that. I'm going to get ready to go to the phone lines so we can get on the phone lines. Ooh, look at you and look at you and look at you. Yeah, so that's what I got coming up. Got that coming up on the 31st. Be on the lookout. I'll be putting that out sometime this week. Let me tell y'all something, and I'm just going to let y'all know. I'm always going to be completely honest and upfront. I have not eaten today. I have not eaten at all. Absolutely. Scorpio is not just death. It is also heal. Yeah, it is healing, but it's not just healing. It's death too. It is known. It's that Phoenix energy. So it impacts that energy, more of that energy than anything else. Rebirth. And remember, being born and also dying is healing. It's also elevation. Both of them. So it is there. It is absolutely there. Ooh, I love this from our astrologer. Doreen says, Scorpio season will show you what stage you're in. Absolutely. A scorpion, a snake, an eagle, and a phoenix. We did a whole show on that. We might have to run that back, Doreen. We might need to run that back again and do a retake on that. and come back and do that show again, because it definitely will let you know where you're at. And we all know that there's a difference between a serpent and a snake. They're not the same thing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's go to the phone lines. Yeah, but by the way, did I tell y'all I didn't eat today? Not that it's a big deal, because I do a lot of intermittent fasting. And sometimes I can go 36 hours, 48 hours. I can go a little longer than that. Even though this wasn't that day, I was not intending to do that. So I just say that in case y'all hear my stomach doing what it does. Uh, why am I fasting? Because fasting is so beautiful. I fast for physical, mental, and spiritual reasons. It brings me clarity, insight, and understanding. Plus, you get to tap into, when you get into those longer fasts, you get to tap into, it's like taking your cells to the cleaners, just clearing it out. It's the best way to detox your cells, reset your body, get clarity. It just gives me a burst of energy. Just gives me a burst of energy. I don't do it all the time, but I do a lot of intermittent fasting. Yeah, that was my stomach. Y'all can hear. Oh, excuse me. Y'all can hear my stomach. Yeah, because it's pretty loud. That's why I'm telling y'all. Y'all can hear my stomach. Well, if y'all can hear Baby Blue way down the hall, y'all can hear me. Hear my stomach. And what I don't want to do is go in my Godiva chest, because I just reach for a piece of Godiva. I don't want to do that. I don't want to break my fast with Godiva. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to break my fast with Godiva. But don't worry. I have someone that's going to come on that's really going to talk to us about this whole fasting thing soon. So just hold tight. If anyone's thinking about it, you got questions about it, you want to dive into it, you want to go deep down with it, get the breakdown, I have someone coming on that's they know this. They live this. That's right. So, yeah, we're going to do that. But we're going to go. Meantime, in between time, we're going to go to the phone lines. So we're going to go to the caller. Yeah, let's go here. We're going to go to the caller calling in from area code. I don't know. I got to let Spirit pick. Go to the caller calling in from area code 2193. Roberta said I fast too, but today I ate enough for both of us. Well, listen, you're gonna have to go in and send it on over here, because yeah. Let's go to 2193. 2193. Who's on the line, please? Two 2193. Going what?
Hi, Shy here.
Oh, hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi. Is this Shy?
Yes, Shy is here. You were lying about this energy moving fast, because I literally was just like thinking about you picking it up for me. Pretty strongly.
Well, Shy, tell everyone where you're calling from.
I am Shy, calling from the Shy.
Wow. Shy calling from the Shy. Is this Cheyenne on purpose?
Yes, I went through
knew.
an identity crisis and I changed my name.
That's okay. No. It's not an identity crisis. It is not. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, Marjorie. Oh, give my love to the family. Knox cooked today. Oh, to you, Lady Grace. And Knox sending you. Well, Shy from the Shy. We got Shy from the Shy. What's good, Shy? And I rang the bell for Shy. Shy is in self invested. Yes.
I'm loving that, and definitely thank you for the reminder to ground and pull in
Yeah.
my energy, pull in that energy, because that definitely is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today you mentioned forgiving, and while you were talking about it, all I could keep thinking about was my dad and my sister that I have through her. And even though there are other people who are, it's the same boat where it's like I've gone through this cycle of forgiving them, saying, okay, look, I let all that go so that I can move forward. I reconnect with them because I get like some just like pain or just memories of pain and just being like, okay, let me contact them and let them know, hey, I don't hate you, I love you, I don't mind your existence, I don't, curse your existence, but I just don't like having a long relationship. Like I don't like to have a long going relationship with them because it just doesn't work out for me, energetically. They pull from me a lot, and I'm just not interested in it. But I do love them. And at some point, somebody pulls out, like somebody like ghosts. So it's either they ghost me or I ghost them, and then I get back into that mode of like I'm working my magic, and then all of a sudden I feel like I'm stuck. I need to do something different. I need to let go of something. And so then I'm like, oh, forgiving. Okay, I can forgive my dad again. I can forgive my sister again. I can, and then it's like, okay, but now I'm back in this relationship with someone I
Listen,
don't want.
it's okay. Let me tell you what's going on really quick. And hold on one. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so
No
ooh,
problem.
ooh, all kinds of things are going on. But let me tell you what's. Oh, let me get out of text. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I'm all over the place, but I am right here. Let me tell you what's actually going on. And I'm gonna give it to you kind of quick. Um, but I'm gonna give it to you so you can have the information because as soon as you started talking, started coming in, I'm glad the phone kind of rang because it kind of snapped me back. This has to do with the past life, Shy. And here's the situation. In a past life, you were your mother and your sister, they were your children. And you put them up to be an orphan. And this was in an ancient life in Greece. You were their mother, and because you couldn't take care of them, you put them in a orphan, what we would call an orphanage. They were orphans. And so this whole thing of you wanting to go back and forth with them, back and forth, and it's not working out is because of this thing in a past life. So here's what I want to tell you to do. And this is how you're going to, are you still with me? I know you're kind of in shock. I just gave you a past life reading real quick. Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
this
It's
this is
funny.
this is why it's not making sense to you and you keep feeling the urge to go back. What I want you to do is I want you to sit down because see this is tying into your own children and things and how they're behaving and it's sort of kind of bringing up old triggers with you feeling like they're too much for you at times. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So just hearing this information is literally going to cause what I like to call a DNA explosion. And that's what you're feeling right now. Like your DNA is shifting as I'm talking to you. I can see your aura moving. But this is what I want you to do is to sit down and write yourself a prayer. I'm trying to see where is my trying to see if I have my notebook here, Shy. Let's see if I can get you. But I want you to sit down And I want you to write yourself a prayer. And when I say write yourself a prayer, this is going to be you writing your sort of creed as a mother, your creed as a mother. And as a creed as a mother, you're going to write down your love, your everlasting love for your children, for your connection with your children. You're going to write that creed down, and I want you to keep that and, even make a keepsake for you and your children. And then the other thing that I want you to do before you go to sleep tonight, I want you to visualize an archway over your heart. And this archway that's over your heart, when you're visualizing this archway, I want you to say you are sending out love. And as you're sending out love, you're sending out love to your children in a past life. You can visualize the children being your mother and your father in this life, and also forgiving yourself and forgiving them and sending them love. I want you to do this until we get past the 28th of this month, okay? And the energy will subside. And then you'll really know, because it may not be for you two to have a close relationship in this life. Not because of anything's wrong. I don't want you to think that they're bad or they're wrong or something's wrong with them, or even worse, something's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. What's happening is, as these memories come up, you're wanting to fulfill a wish that you couldn't fulfill in a past life. Now, because we no longer have contracts with people anymore, what we have now is agreements. There is no such thing as someone being, have a soul contract with each other anymore. We are in these relationships, whether it's blood relationships, friendships, intimate relationships, work relationships. We are in these relationships because we are choosing to. So I need you to choose love of yourself and love for them. You understand? Love of yourself and love for them. This is something that I talked about years ago when people were looking at me crazy. We do not have soul contracts anymore. That went out the window. It really started going out the window in 2012, but it took everybody a while to catch up, to understand. We are free agents out here. You guys have heard me say this 100 times. It's like football season. We're free agents. We can go to any team, come out. We can go wherever we need to go. Wherever we need to go. So this is going to remove and help you to get the understanding of what's really going on in this relationship. And I guarantee you, between now until we get across this gateway, you will start to have past life memories of this situation, of what's going on. It's even going to allow you an opportunity, because I know you're open enough to do it, where you're going to be able to see how when you're talking to them, you feel like you're the mother and they're the children. You probably even said it. They act like little kids.
Sweet children.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes. Well, there you go, my dear. So that's what I have for you.
Thank you so much, Ms.Blue. I appreciate it. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, I'm so grateful.
I remember.
Yes. Love you so much. And thank you so much, Shy. Peace and love. Kiss the babies for me.
No.
Bye. How beautiful. Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 6152. 6152, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Hello.
Hey, Ms.Blue.
Hello. Who's on the line, please?
This is Lashika.
Hey, Lashika.
Hey.
How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I
Did
am
you get
one.
some good diet with that?
No, no. Listen, you're bringing up Godiva. I told you I didn't eat tonight. No Godiva tonight. No Godiva tonight. But all is well. All is well. How can I
I
help
feel
you?
like I haven't talked to you, and so it feels like it's been so long. But I have so many questions. I don't even know. I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. So I'm just okay. First, okay,
Mhm.
okay. A friend of mine, we have started a nonprofit together,
Mhm.
and we have just noticed over we've only been knowing each other for 4 years,
Mhm.
and it's just the kindred. I mean, feel like she's my sister. We people think we look alike. They'll say we're sisters. And we were just talking one day, and we were like, was there some past life? So I have her here. She's here, speakerphone. We said we ever got a chance to get you on the phone. We just wanted to see
Mhm.
what is up. We're both. It's a whole lot of coincidences.
Mhm. 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 And so what was your question?
If there is, what's the question, Rhonda?
If we've known each other in the past life,
If yeah, we
past or like whatever.
if
If
there's some past life connection.
mhm. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Mhm.
I told y'all something.
Mhm.
We gonna find out.
Mhm. 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 Mm. Mhm. 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 Hmm. Okay. So here is the deal. Yes, you two knew each other in the past life. And yeah, pretty interesting. Let me ask a question here. Um, I know you told me that you two like instantly click with each other. Like you instantly click. You two are like sisters. Do you two argue like sisters too?
Have we I guess so. I mean, I guess have we argued? I mean, we kind of disagreed, but it's
Well,
not like I guess
but you
so. Yeah, it would be
but
like
you
sisters.
understand it's a difference when you're arguing with your sister than somebody
Yeah,
you don't know. You know, it's different.
yeah. So true. So then I would say yes.
Mhm.
Would you say yeah? I would say yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so here's the deal. Ah, oh
Laughing.
wow. Why are we doing this tonight? Why
Give
are
it
we
to us, Ms.Blue.
why are we doing this
What?
tonight?
What?
Okay, so here we go. Here is the deal. So you two did know each other in a past life. And interesting enough, in the past life, um, one of you in a past life was a soldier, was a soldier, and had left to go off to battle, to the war. So there was a war that was going on at this particular time. And during this particular time going off to war, you know, everybody couldn't go. Everybody couldn't go because they needed people to still stay back and protect the place, to protect the village where everybody came from. Now, what happened during this time, because it was during the winter time, like it was really, really, like the weather was treacherous. The weather was just insane. It was bad weather. But they knew that they had to get in position. You know, war was a little different back then. You know, back in earlier ancient times, it's not like you could have hopped on a plane and you would be at your destination within 10, you know, an hour, 2 hours, or even 10 hours. None of that. You wouldn't be at, it would take years to leave and to go and to get to your destination and to be able to be at your destination. And you would have to stay there sometimes for years. Like these battles, think about wars in the past and battles. These things lasted for years. But they did have a part of the army or the soldiers that would come back and forth. And so they would have some that would come halfway, and some would come halfway from those that were fighting. They would meet them with supplies. They would meet them with clothing. If they needed any kind of herbs or any kind of medicinal things, they would meet them with those things. If they needed help, they would do that. And even other soldiers would replace the soldiers who were killed. And also they would do the reverse. If there were soldiers who needed to go back, who maybe were hurt but not killed, and they were waiting, you know, for them to come, they would pick them up and they would try to, you know, carry them back. Or if, you know, their family had something they could send, like letters, like they would write letters and send it back to the family, and the family, you know, the other soldiers would pick it up and take it back to the family. Well, you two were dating each other before excuse me, before you went off to battle. And so ultimately you went off to battle and you wrote this beautiful letter. And in this letter, you said, we will see each other again in another lifetime. Another lifetime. I'm getting all choked up, emotional here. It's such a beautiful story as I see it. So what happened was you were killed at war, but you were killed and you had a pocket full of gold that you found. And along with the letter, you gave the pouch with the gold to give to her. And the letter said, we will see each other in another lifetime. You've been through many different lifetimes. And this lifetime, what has happened throughout lifetimes, because you've been through more lifetimes than this lifetime. During this particular lifetime that this happened was a very ancient civilization, like during the time of Mesopotamia. This is how far back that was. So you both have had many lifetimes as being male and female. So you've already gone through that phase of it. But this lifetime, there was a commitment that wasn't fulfilled. And that was the part about, you know, when I see things like the gold, and I see things like, you know, we will be together. You know, our minds, just as humans, we a lot of times go straight sexual, but this isn't about sexual. This is about being together, you know, doing work together, you know, evolving together, staying committed to having an agreement to being in each other's life because we no longer have soul ties. So you all work through those soul ties and now you have evolved. And so this is why instantly you two are talking and next thing you know, you want to do something dealing with a nonprofit. I guarantee you this nonprofit has something to do with healing, something to do with people learning a skill or advancing society or humanity in some shape, form, or fashion. So, and I wouldn't even be surprised if a part of the nonprofit isn't even to help people who have been victims of some sort of storm or some sort of national disaster or something happening in the world. Yeah. So that's what I
Wow.
got. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's so deep. That is so interesting. I'm so glad that I asked. Wow. Thank you, Ms. Blue. That was so interesting.
Mhm.
That was like a whole story. Like, wow.
So,
Man,
so go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
If you have a
Oh
question.
yeah, so no,
Mhm.
we're just like just still like chewing on that, just like wow. Can I ask an unrelated question?
Yeah, but let me close this out for you.
Yes. Okay, please.
So,
Thank you.
here's what I want you all to do is
Okay.
you can go to the store or you can get one of those sacks. Both of you get a sack, a bag, right? Put
Okay.
some coins in the bag and all of these business things that you're putting, put the ideas in the bag and exchange the
Mm,
sacks with each other. These are the businesses you're going to
okay.
work on to each other. This is how you're going to bring that knowledge so you both can bring, because you both have had past lives with many other people as well. This particular life, there is right now, you both have agreed to do something together. And this is going to help you get clarity so you can build this foundation because you two do have a connection that stems deeper than just you meeting at this particular time. And things that you want for the business. So you can use that particular business and what you want it to be, and you exchange that with each other. And so that begins to be your activation point. So you can bring on all of your, we call them spiritual guests, but these are spiritual guests that you've had throughout past lifetimes and bring them together. So while you're working on this project, you too can harness all of that energy that you both have into this project, into what you're building. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, representing the gold in the
Yes.
bag, the
Yes.
satchel. Like you said,
Yes.
yes.
And the
Oh,
writing is the letter. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
oh, can you? What is so wow about all of this? And oh my God. So it's interesting with the writing because Rhonda is an author. She is a writer. Like that.
Ooh,
That is her.
I love
This is
it.
just this is. This is
So wait a
also
minute. So wait a
so
minute.
interesting.
Let's stay here for a minute. So
Okay.
she is the one who needs to do the most writing as you two meet because her letter never got to go to you because you were dead. Get it? You wrote the letter and it went to her. So she has the skill of writing in this lifetime. She's activated it. I'm sure she's done it
Wow.
in many lifetimes, but she activated it. And this is where she can channel a lot of this energy from. I would recommend that
Wow.
you to look at that. And then for you, look at your strategy, because you have the skills of the strategy. You have the skills of putting the things together, having the vision. You're the seer in this and things that you can see. So this is how you're activating that vision from that lifetime in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm. So
That is remarkable, amazing. Like, I'm running out of words. It's, yeah, my mom said beyond deep.
listen, it sounds like a whole story in itself. I'm telling you, if you could see
It
the
is.
whole, this is the thing. We think as humans that, and I always get this, I don't get it as much anymore. When I do past life readings, people think if they're a man, they've always been a man. If they're a woman, for you to be at this point in your evolution on the planet and being conscious, you have been everything.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a man, you've been a woman, you've been a fish, you done been animals, you done been the elements, air, water, fire. My daughter, when I did the soul session and took her under one of her lives, in between her human life, she was air. And she told me, I've met people who was fire. I've done soul sessions for people and they took me back to when they were water. And they were so confused. They was like, I can't feel nothing. And then as they kept describing while they were in that beyond regress state, they started explaining water, that they were water. They literally was water. Yeah. And it's just like if you are African American in this life, if you were white in a past life, if you were Asian, if you were Spanish, if you were Korean, if you were Japanese, if you were Indian, you were not always in that culture you were in. You've been in all of them. All of them. I can tell you stories about people that I have done readings for that do powerful work in this world, and rightfully so. And when I gave them their past life reading from the Premier Files, they discovered they're African American, and they discovered they were slave owners in a past life. And it's worked the other way. I have done readings for people who were white in this life. A lawyer, I always remember his story because he was so curious about his past life, and he was a lawyer out of New York City. And I did a past life, and he was Black in a past life. He was slave. And he said, this is why everyone's telling him, stop being a public, stop doing this free promo, bono work. Why do you just want to only work with Black people? Because we come back not to do the same thing, but to continue. To our soul, it is one continuous life.
Continuation.
Yes, it's not multiple lives to our soul. Our soul sees this as one life. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a continuation of the story, the never-ending story. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Wow. We're over here oohing and ahhing and
Well, I love it. I love it. And I'm glad that, I didn't even come on to do past life readings, but when Shy came
I
on,
know.
I just started seeing them. But
It just made sense at that point. Am I allowed to ask one unrelated question?
Yes, now you are. I just wanted to give you closure on how you two can extract the energy. Drink plenty of water after you get off with me, plenty of fluids. Pay attention to your dreams, push thoughts, because what's going to happen is you may go to sleep tonight and get all the details from that past life.
The download.
Yeah. It'll start
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
It'll start.
So
And
we'll
pay
do that
attention
ritual
if you
tomorrow.
some random thing comes up. All of a sudden you see somebody standing in the street shaking a bag of coins. This is the universe sort of, giving you push thoughts to let you know. But it's also a point to let you know that your DNA is now upgrading from that life, and you'll be able to extract all of the gifts out of that life, all of the lessons, the wisdom, and now that will now come forth with everything and all the work you've been doing in this lifetime to enhance it.
Oh my God. Yes.
You're welcome, because y'all know my waiting list is still about a year and 7 months.
I know. I didn't want to ask, but it just made sense in the moment.
Yes.
So the unrelated question is, I was in a car accident, really bad car accident last year.
Sorry to hear that.
I was going through a green light, and someone from the opposite direction turned and hit me in the driver's side. And so, long story short, I ended up with a lot of medical issues. Fast forward to the attorney that I had is saying that out of all of their investigation is deemed that I'm at fault. And so they have, if they have not, they are going to settle the case. I don't feel that the attorneys that I had really did due diligence, because I know that the light was green when I went through it. I know that I was not speeding. I know all of the elements of what happened. My question is, do I need to let this go? And the reason that it's important for me to understand this is because this case, this incident, it
It's okay.
stresses me out.
Yeah.
It gives me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. So here's
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
When they say they want to settle the case, are they saying for the other people to pay and just be done?
No, settling as far as saying that it's my fault and that I am responsible for the other person's damages. Yeah.
Okay, and so because I kind of, I don't know, I'm getting something, and I'm also getting like something has to happen tomorrow, like on the 23rd, or I don't know if someone's going to contact you, but just hold that thought, because here's the other thing that I want to tell you. Did you have full coverage?
Yes.
Okay. So your insurance company is paying you for you being injured and hurt.
Yeah, they've already done that.
Okay. And when you say, I know the light was green, two things, because there's such a thing as a delayed or a stale green light. You know what a stale green light is?
You mean like right before it's changing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I don't know what the law is in your state, but I can tell you this. If you're driving and you are approaching a stale green light, you're supposed to approach that stale green light as if it was about to turn red. So I want to ask you a question because I want you to come back and listen to this. I'm going to give you my answer regardless after that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
here's the thing that I want you to ask yourself. Was the
Mhm.
light green as you were approaching it? Or was the light just turned green and you were at a stop?
No, so the light was green when I went through it. I was actually able to go through the light. She hit me as I was under the light.
Okay. Yeah. And let me guess, no cameras.
None.
Mm-hmm.
And the witnesses that were there when it happened, because I can remember someone asking her, why did you turn? But all of those witnesses were not. And I think there were like two or three. They didn't stay around when the police officer came.
Okay.
So I don't have
So
those witnesses.
you don't have the witnesses. So here's the other
No.
thing. Who is your insurance company, if you don't mind saying?
Progressive.
Okay. Did they do an investigation?
I want to say barely.
Okay.
I don't feel
So,
that. I don't.
I don't want to. I don't
So
want to
that's my
know what.
response.
No,
So,
no,
yeah.
no. I don't want to know what you feel. It's
Mhm.
okay. It's
Mhm.
okay. It's okay. Because
Mhm.
you have a
Mhm.
right to feel the way you do. I don't care about that right now.
Mhm.
Call them tomorrow. Don't go into
Okay.
what your lawyer said, and tell them that you would like to see, or and you want to be very careful how you say this. You want to say it in the most
Okay.
um open way,
Okay.
that you would love to have a copy of their investigation that they did. Because I think the problem
Okay.
here was you jumped and got a lawyer, and you should have allowed the insurance company to investigate it.
Mm. Didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. Do not ask them. Do not say, I got a lawyer and I feel they ain't do none of
Mhm.
that. Just call them and say, I have a question. Here's my situation
Mhm.
in my case. And I know someone was working on my case, and I wanted to see if it was possible, if I can have a copy of that investigation
Mhm.
that you did on my
Okay.
case. If they say, oh,
Okay.
we were under the impression, listen at my words closely, that I'm
Mhm.
channeling a lawyer. I'm not one, but I'm channeling one, that you were getting an attorney. Say to them, oh, okay. So here's my question. Can I please have a copy? Because I would love to see what your investigation was on this
Mhm.
case. Can you
Yeah.
send that to me? That's all you
Okay.
want. And if they said they
Yep.
didn't do it, say to them, here's what I need you to do as my insurance company. I need you to please investigate this.
Okay.
And if they say, well, what happened to your lawyer and all of that? Say, first, before I move any further, see, we're never going to lie. Before I move
Mhm.
further, I need to know what my what you're saying, because you're my insurance company and I know that you're going to do a thorough investigation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm on it. I am on it. Thank you. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. And then I want you to work with, let me see. I want you to work with, I'm going to give you somebody. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay. You know, I know. Okay.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so I want you to work with the Archangel Raphael.
Okay.
Yep. I want you to work with the Archangel Raphael because Raphael is over um um more like accidents, mishaps. Raphael, the Archangel Raphael, is excellent for working with that. Because the Archangel Raphael, amongst all other things that he really works with, really tapped in to where he can send people and also help bring insight to situations to give you the support that you need when you need it.
Okay.
So the Archangel Raphael. Now, the Archangel Raphael, in this capacity, he's working with the heart. He's working with the heart here. He's working with this heart center. He's going to bring in a lot of compassion, bring in a lot of universal energy, right? Spiritual energy. So Raphael is he works over a lot of accidents, mishaps. Like if you have a bill that's due and you didn't pay the bill and you need to get, you need to get an extension. He's the one that sort of helps you to get in alignment because it all starts there in the heart. And then he will start to send the right people towards you to help support you in all of these mishaps and things that is happening. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. The speechless, nothing else to say. Like, I don't, thank you
You're
just
so
so
welcome. It's
grateful.
always good to talk to you. I love it and so
Man.
glad. I'm sending you lots of healing love too. I'm going to send you some sparkles. And there you go. And know all is well. Know all is well.
Love you, Ms.
Love you
Blue.
too.
I need to send you an email.
Okay.
Okay.
Whenever you get a chance. But I feel like tomorrow's going to be a great day. Remember what I said about
Yes.
how to handle that and just be patient.
Yes.
Be patient with it. And yeah, take that approach. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will.
And make sure you come
Thank
back
you
and
so
let us
much.
know. Let us know.
I
Yeah.
will.
All right.
I will. And we'll come back and let you know the businesses that me and Rhonda got going on.
Oh, yeah. I know it's going to be amazing. Give my love to Mama over there. Yes.
I will. Thank you, Ms. Blue. Her
You're
birthday
so.
is Tuesday.
Oh,
So, yeah,
oh
we
my
will. Thank
goodness.
you.
Happy born day. Tuesday. Wait a minute. Tuesday. Are you a Scorpio? She's not a Scorpio, is she?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Let me look at Tuesday. Let me look at Tuesday here. Wait a minute, y'all. We got to get Mama together here. Let me see something. 4, 3. Mm, mm. Okay. You are in the cycle of change. You're in a personal year of 5. And 5 sits on that rocker. So, this is all about changes. You probably thought about changing your hair, changing how you dress, changing what you do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe thinking about taking a yoga class or taking a meditation class, doing something, a cooking class, something different. Maybe going on a trip, traveling, because this also brings change, moving around. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So, welcome to your cycle of change, big changes now, which is beautiful. You're right in alignment with this energy of change that we're all in. But you're going to be able to, I'm sure you've been feeling it for the last 3 months of changing, maybe even changing
Yes.
where you
Yes, I
live.
have.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yep. Yep.
I have.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
You're so welcome and happy born day.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Peace and love.
Thank you, Ms. Blue. Love
You
you so
love
much.
you too. Hold the line. Oh,
Okay.
how cool was that? I know you guys said the phone lines is breaking up. Let's see if we can get it to clear up. We're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 5109. 5109. Who's on the line, please?
Hello?
Hello. Greetings. Who's on the
Hello?
line? Hello.
Oh, hi. This is Mary Ann from California.
Hi, Marianne. And you already told me where you're from, California. Thank you for calling
Yes,
in.
San Francisco.
Is this your first time
Yeah,
calling?
I spoke.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, no, we've spoken a few times.
Okay.
A
Okay.
few
I
times.
apologize. A lot of times what happened, my spirit guides, when I'm done, it's like Men in Black round here. Zap. I don't remember. So that's a good thing. Ooh, how we feeling?
I'm feeling a little down. Um, I've spoken to you before about me wanting to move to Vegas, and then I spoke with you about the problems I was having in my household. Well, one with my children, and one of them moved out, so I thought everything's going to get better, but now the other one's acting up. But I've gotten to the point where I like every time I set a goal, because I want to save this money to move to Vegas, but it seems like it just disappears because I'm always trying to make this one's need and that one's need. And recently the rent done went up. But for some reason, my younger brother and my younger sister, who have all passed on, because I'm the only one left
Yes.
on my mother's side of the family. I don't know nothing about my dad's side, and he's passed on too. But I don't know if Michael or Joyce is trying to tell me, don't worry about it. You are going to go to Vegas, and you're going to go like maybe for my birthday on April Fool's Day,
Ooh.
or am I gonna? I just want to know, am I going to reach that goal? Because once I leave here in San Francisco and move there, I just feel like there's so much peace waiting on me. But then I don't know. Are my spirit guides telling me to just be patient? I don't know, because I just feel still so alone. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get away from them.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
so here's the thing. I see a couple of things that's happening. And I'm going to address that about your brother and your sister. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment and give you their message as well.
Oh, okay.
So I want you to do me a favor. And yes, now I do remember you. So
Yeah.
I know your birthday is April Fool's Day, and I know you're a Taurus, right?
I thought it was an Aries.
Oh, are you? Maybe my math is
I'm
off.
an Aries.
You're an Aries?
April 1st. Yeah, April 1st.
Let me see something. April. Let me see. My math is off. April 1st. Okay. Yeah, you're Aries. That's your sun sign. But I guarantee you got I don't want to ask you unless you tell me. What year were you born? Do you feel comfortable?
1956.
1956. Let's see.
Yeah.
Self-invested astrology in the house. Let's do a true zodiac sign real quick. For April the 1st, 1956. Let's do a
Yeah,
true
I'm
zodiac
67.
sign. See y'all work y'all magic. Y'all got me in the records, channeling the ancestors, past life readings. Let's see, Doreen's in the house. Let's see if Doreen could do it for me real quick. Or who else is in the astrology class? Anyone else? Let's see. See if we can get a true zodiac here. Give me 1 second. While they're working on that, this is what I want to tell you. The first thing, I know it's going to be hard, but I want you to promise me that you stop reinforcing that every time you save money, that something bad is going to happen and take the money. Because this is a program now that you have running. So we got to report that. We got to report that program, meaning we have to call it out. We have to report that program, and then we have to replace it. So you can say something else to yourself. Like, what about if you said, ooh, every time I save money, I get more money. Something happened and more money comes to me. If I save $1, next thing you know, a quarter comes, I get another $1, I get $2 more. Something happens that I get more money. Because a part of this is you taking responsibility for your life, which I love, by the way. Your energy looks amazing, by the way. Way too much thinking, but we're going to work on that.
Okay.
And you've made some great strides. And despite what it looks like on the surface, so is everyone else around you. This is a very rough time. It's very unstable. Very unstable. And so what I see right now, I'll talk about that in a minute. But I need you to really change your thinking, because that's going to change everything. It's going to change. And the question is, when you say, are you going to get to, thank you, Doreen. True zodiac sign is a Leo. Very interesting. Sun, moon, and rising, Doreen? Well, we know the sun, but what's the moon and the rising? Just curious. So I want you to really stay focused on your goals, and also to understand that you're there for your children. And thank you, Priestess Melanie. Thank you. And also thank you, Danica. Thank you. Do you know, by the way, what time you were born?
1:45 a.m.
11:45?
1.
1:45 a.m.
Yep, on Easter Sunday.
And where were you born at?
San Francisco Hospital in San Francisco.
Okay. So I have one of our astrologers who, she's amazing, by the way, Doreen. And she's going to pull your chart, because I want to look at some other things in your chart right now. If Doreen is not busy, maybe Doreen will come on and give you a word. San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely want you're going to have to really just stay focused. You're going to have to stay focused. You're going to have to stay focused on what your mission is. And when you say things come up, if these are not things pertaining to food, shelter, medicine, water, electricity, then you don't use it. And if they're
Yeah,
being...
but that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is food. It is like we run out of food.
Okay.
Or nobody can help me with the PG&E, and
Yeah.
it's like it's all on me.
So here's the thing. Then you have to start letting them know, the ones who can help, that either they help or they too have to find something else.
Okay.
I really feel this situation is going to get better, and we're going to move past this situation, but you have to stay committed. You have to stay committed. And I know it's tough, but when you said, I got rid of one and thought it was going to get better, and it didn't get better. It did get better, and it's getting better. But there's a lot of things that must be worked through. So it's not that it's getting worse. It may look like it's getting worse, but you're working towards getting better. And I know you can feel that. And your brother and your sister said, listen, this is about rest and rejuvenation. You need to get as much rest as possible and rejuvenate yourself. So getting some sunlight sometimes, sitting down, planning your meals so you don't run out of food, prepping your meals, putting things together, start packing up things, getting yourself prepped to pack. Now, what I'm seeing, and I suck with time, Ms.Blue's going to be honest, because when I'm in the spirit world, it's hard to tell. Time doesn't exist there. Hell, time almost don't exist here. But, when we're vibrating at a certain frequency, we're outside of time too. But I feel like you have about another 18, 19 months, but this is going to happen. And here's the other thing. I need you to really hear me when I say this. Your life can get better today. You don't have to move for your life to get better. Now, I can lie to you and bullshit you and tell you it will, but no. The same issues and challenges you're having here, you will recreate them somewhere else. The first thing I want you to keep working on is to change your mindset. Really work on that. Keep loving yourself, and you're doing an amazing job on that. Stay focused on the things that you're doing and work on changing these old, outdated programs. And when you catch yourself, because you're going to have to walk by faith and not by sight. So when you catch yourself saying, every time I save money, something comes up and the money disappears. No. You don't say that anymore. You say every time I save money, more money comes in. You're going to have to reprogram yourself, because you are the one that is really manifesting these situations. And if you keep reinforcing them, then all the work that you're doing is the work that will keep coming back. You'll just start the cycle over again. You'll start the cycle over.
Yeah.
Every time you say it, you'll start it over. That's why sometimes I tell you guys, when you come on and tell me stuff, I tell you, make this your last time you say that. Because every time you speak it, you send it to the future. And it will be waiting for you. Okay? Let me see. So our astrologer, Doreen, I'm going to let you speak in a minute, said, I did feel that Taurus. The Taurus is in Venus. Okay, the moon is Aries rising, is The moon is in Aries, okay, and the rising sign is Capricorn. Okay. Doreen, do you have a second to come on? I would love for Doreen to give you a word because she knows how to look at these charts like no other. That's right. And you're ruled by Saturn. That's what I was feeling, that restriction. Mm-hmm. Yes, Saturn is the discipline. See, the only thing about you moving with this Saturn energy, Saturn is going to tell you, Saturn wants us to do things right. We think of Saturn as the disciplinary, but what Saturn is saying is that Saturn is saying, if you're not going to do it right, you can't move forward until you have it right. So you want to know when can you move? It's up to you. If you're willing to change your mindset, keep doing this self-love work. And like I said, you're doing amazing. I am so excited for you. You're doing amazing. You're doing powerful. It shows in your energy. So don't give up, and don't give up on your children. See them in a higher light. See them different. See them in a different light. Hold them accountable for how you see them in their best light. See that in them too.
Okay.
Yes. And things will turn around. They will. Just hang in there. This is rough for all of us, or I shouldn't say all of us. It can be rough for all of us at this particular time. So let me see if Doreen is on the line. Doreen, press 1 once you get on the phone lines for me so I can find you. Let me see if Doreen is on the line. Doreen, go to text for me, please. We're all over the place, but we're going to get it together. Because I know hearing from Doreen, you will love her. She's an amazing astrologer. Here she is. I got her. So let me bring Doreen on. Oh, that ain't Doreen. Don't say nothing. Hold on, whoever you are. You ain't Doreen. Hold on. I clicked the wrong button. Let's go to Doreen. And she is one of our astrologers from our self-invested astrology class. And she is amazing. Greetings, Doreen.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Why are you guys breaking up? I hear it
Yes,
now.
you're breaking up on the phone line. Not in the blue room, but you're breaking up right now on the phone line.
Let me see if I can kind of fix that. Well, Doreen, I want you to talk to Mary Ann, and I'm going to, meanwhile, be working on that.
Okay. As long as she can hear me, hopefully she can hear me. So,
Yeah, I can hear you.
hi, first of all. Yes, like as Ms.Blue was saying, your ruling planet is Saturn. And so that's going to rule over every one of your houses. So, like, that's why you're going to feel the restriction, like in the house of children and even where you live, right? Because Saturn goes through all the houses when it's your house ruler. So the thing, though, is your sun is in your fourth house. Your fourth house is what holds up the whole chart. It's the house of the nuclear family. It's where you feel grounded. And with your sun being there and your Mercury being there together, and they're also conjoined, your Mercury and your sun, the way that you shine is going to be the way that you think. So, like, you have to start thinking positive, like Ms.Blue said. You have to up that self-love because you have Chiron in the house of value. How do you value yourself? How do you love yourself? That's going to be a wound for you with Chiron being there. So the more you start upping that self-love, is the more you're going to start to think positive, like it's all connected. And you're going to shine through. And being in that house of home, you'll make that share. All going to be tied into our you, and how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself. And don't put restrictions on yourself. Think big. Don't ever limit yourself. Just always think big.
Okay.
Also, your moon is in the 12th house, okay? Your moon is in Sagittarius. Oh, I put Aries in the chat. I apologize for that. It's in Sagittarius.
Okay,
So with
Sagittarius.
your moon being in the 12th, yes, you are Sagittarius. I think you can hear me though. With your moon being in Sagittarius, Sagittarius are the sage, right? They see the bigger picture. And with it being in the 12th house, the 12th house is it's like our higher self. It's like the unconscious. It's the last house of the zodiac. So there might be confusion, like, because it also has one foot in this reality and one foot in the other dimension, the 12th house. Be what you want. Did I just get disconnected? I'm hearing weird noises.
No. I can still hear you.
Oh, I'm still here?
Yes, we're still
Yeah,
here.
I can hear it.
Just have to, again,
She's breaking up a lot, but I'm catching most of it.
Yeah. See if it's clear. Keep talking, Doreen. I think it's something on Blog Talk's
okay.
end. Yeah.
Because I can't really hear you guys, like you're breaking up, so I don't know if she said anything or asked a question.
Yeah.
She's kind of breaking up. Yeah, again, like I said, it's really about getting clear on your emotions, like what you truly want, like how you truly feel, and like tap into that bigger picture, tap into that sage knowledge, and just stay grounded in yourself, because having that sun again, like in that grounding house, you are your foundation. You are, even if you grew up in a tumultuous situation, your childhood might have been a little bit of conflict, because with Aries ruling that, Aries, is ruled by Mars, the god of war. So it could have been a little tumultuous, your childhood. And you need to find a way to ground yourself, because you are your grounding point with that sun being in there. And it starts with your mind. It starts with how you think. Just having your Mercury and your sun together like that,
Yes.
you have to really, up your self-talk. And I get it. It's hard. I mean, I'm constantly having to check myself. I hear Ms.Blue's words. Okay, don't talk to yourself like that. You have love yourself and love yourself some more.
That's
like,
right.
You just have to keep talking positive to yourself, because that is how you're going to shine. They're very connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any questions? Like,
You have
for
any
me?
questions for Doreen?
Ooh. You got that.
No, I don't.
No?
I don't think so. No, I'm gonna just try to think positive from now on.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Stay
thing.
focused.
You can't try to do it. I want you to do it and know you can. And hopefully you got a chance to hear Doreen clear. Or when you come back, it'll be clear for you. But know that's what she's telling you. It's so that you can understand. Because, see, a big part of astrology is not to understand that the planets are ruling us or we're ruling the planets, but we work together. That energy is also inside of us. And so it can help you to navigate a little better, because a lot of these things were things that you sort of had in your blueprint when you were born. So if you know that, one of the things that's challenging for you, and thank you so much, Doreen. I knew I was picking up that strong sort of Taurus kind of like energy that is there with this love connection. We know Venus is all about love and the family, and that's a big part of that Venus energy. And it's feminine, it's the mother. It can also represent the mother energy or the feminine principle. So these things for you, and having Saturn as your chart ruler, which means that it's going to be a lot of lessons for you to go through. But you can make it through this. You just got to understand how you work and understand what's working for you, and really start to be bold enough, like I said earlier, to check your thoughts. What thoughts are working against you? Don't worry about people working against you, because before any person can work against you, your own thoughts had to work against you. The only way someone can get in is if you let them. So start working on changing how you think, changing that process, and standing your ground, because some of this is also for you to stand up for yourself. To stand up for yourself and know that you can do that you can stand up for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I thank you so much, Miss Marianne. I'm going to send you some love. Doreen, hold the line for a minute. And we're sending you so much love. Just hang in there. Like I said, it's some rocky, rough times for this month, but you are doing amazing work. I'm sending you and the whole family lots of love. So hold the line.
Okay.
Peace and love. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. How beautiful. Thank you so much, Doreen. Thank you.
You're welcome, Ms. So I'm going to have to go listen to the replay because I couldn't hear anything.
I know. I don't know what.
Except right now you got
It has to be on. It has to be on the phone line side, because it's not there. But anyway, while you're here, I want to introduce. I know you all have heard me talk about Doreen and even talk about the astrologers in the class, but I want to give you a big shout out to Doreen, because towards the end of the astrology class for Self-Invested, Doreen worked side by side with me, and we closed the class out, the second astrology class out together. She's an amazing astrologer, and maybe this is her extra little to get out there, because we were supposed to be doing a show here. So you all will have that coming, where you'll get a chance to have Doreen come on and really show you her way of working with astrology, because she has a very unique way of being able to get in on astrology. And that's right. For those of you who are on Clubhouse and Astro Magic, you got a chance to meet some of the astrologers and come on and work. Doreen, Priestess Shakesha, and quite a few others of the astrologer. Miss Patolo. Oh, yes, Miss Patolo, Priestess Jasmine. You got a chance to meet so many of them, and I definitely want them to come on and be highlighted as well. And I definitely want you all to hear Doreen. Each of them have their own unique style, and they are amazing. So thank you, Doreen. And we are going to set that day up.
Love you, Ms.Blue. I only heard like a quarter of it, but I know I love you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
I want to know about our past lives together, because I know we were sisters or something, because I love you too much, girl.
I love you too. We're going to talk, Doreen, so we can catch up and also get that together. But I love you so much. You did amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Hold the line. Let me give you some sparkles. Yeah. How cool is that? And thank you so much for helping me with that. As you all know, a part of our astrology class, we were so graciously gifted, and many of you know, and all of the astrologers in the astrology class has Brother Bilal's method of the true zodiac sign. And so those are really one of our go-tos that we go to when we are looking at a person's chart to get extra information and to understand. And so since y'all got me floating all around the cosmos, I wasn't, and with the lines being shaky, I wasn't going to pull up, I wasn't going to pull a chart because my computer would have told me not today. We're going to shut it down. You got too much stuff open now. So I love it. And I thank Doreen so much. She's an amazing astrologer. And for those of you who had a reading, because I know many of you in Self-Invested did get a chance to get a reading by all of the amazing astrologers. And Doreen, like I said, each of them have their style. And I definitely want to do a show showcasing them as well because they're all incredible also. So, you heard Michael Jackson's song, Lance, when you thought about me and you in a past life. Well, here's the thing. And since we're talking about it, you do know that all of us here, we have all had past lives together. Everyone in Planet Remix, we were in the same place at the same time with each other. All of us. All of us. Every single one of us. That's how we could be here. Now, did we all know each other? Probably not, but it probably was one of those things like, hey girl, I seen you around town. Did you used to live in, did you live in that city? You know, that city down there, by the pyramid. Yes. And of course, everyone who's on the planet at this time has had a past life in ancient Egypt. And this is why we have some amazing and powerful civilizations all over the planet. From the north, south, east, and west, everywhere. Powerful civilizations that done incredible things. But the reason everyone is so fascinated with Egypt is because we've all had multiple past lives there. And I say that based on the thousands upon thousands and thousands of readings and past life readings from the premier files that I've done. And everyone who's here just about, I'll say of Planet Remix, maybe 80 to 90% of you are old souls. And we have a small percentage that are new souls here. That are new souls. That's a part of Planet Remix. And that's indicative of the whole planet. But most of the souls on the planet are old souls. And this is why I tell you, as an old soul on the planet, get out of your heart. Get out of it. Because there's a point where you can be so embedded in one chamber of your heart that it's holding you back. You know how to love. You know how to be kind. You know how to be giving. You know values. You understand this. And then we start to take our insecurities and we use it as an excuse to overgive, to overdo, to be over emotional. We use that against ourselves by being too deep in our heart. And if we were neutral, then we could see the God goddess that lives in everyone. And it will just allow us to fully embrace and love who we are even more and be kind, forgiving, and loving towards each other. Well, let me take out forgiving, because if we're kind and we're loving, then we have to do less forgiving. But it has to start with you loving yourself. And I can't tell you right now, you guys, with this whole Mercury conjunction and all of these aspects going on, the mind is like, it has antennas out and it's just picking up everything in the ethers. So we have to become good divine students over the sacred temple. Everyone wants to go visit a sacred temple somewhere in the world, the holy of holy places. But never forget, you are the holiest, the most sacred temple on the planet. And your mind resides in that temple. And you can't keep filling it with low, negative thoughts that are self-defeating, that are destructive. You cannot keep that in that sacred space. So let's elevate with love. Let's elevate with love. Let's elevate with light. Let's elevate with knowledge. Because when you're able to use your left and your right hemisphere, that's when the superconscious takes over. And then you ain't got to do all that thinking. You don't have to sit around saying, I've been thinking. I've been thinking. You don't have to do that. You don't. You can let your higher self lead the way. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day and it's a beautiful thing. Well, listen. Listen here, beautiful people. Beautiful people of Planet Remix. I love you all. I love you all so much. I'm so glad we had this time together. Yeah, we about to say goodbye. We're about to say goodbye because Ms.Blue needs to go and do some things, get ready for next week. Coming up. I also want to let you know that I'm going to be opening up my book, so stay on that PayHip site. I also would encourage you, if you don't have the elements earth, fire, and water, that you definitely want to tap in. If you don't have earth, fire, and water, you're going to want to get all of the elements. These are downloads while they're available. To get them, have them, you can keep them. The elements are going to be here from the beginning to the end. You will know how that energy is working inside of you to harness the energy so that you can use it in your everyday practice. And you can begin to start utilizing it and activating in your life. Kicking it in the kitchen with Queenie says, I'm getting on them books. Listen, I'm about to open it up this week. So know that's coming. And Self-Invested will be the first to know. And you all will definitely Planet Remix. I'm going to announce it here so you will know as well. So definitely make sure that you have those elements. Some of you have been diving into the Akashic Records. It's perfect. While we're in this gateway, the Akashic Records are open. Tap in. If you didn't hear at the beginning of the show, stay tuned this week. I will be announcing, if you're on the text line, I'll send it out there on the 31st. We're going to get together and we're going to be doing some spirit work on the 31st, on Hallows Eve. We're going to do that. We're going to be doing spirit work. And I'll be sharing some techniques, spirit work, and channeling ancestors and bringing in special spirit guides. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah. So I think that's it for now. I love you all. Have an amazing week. Remember what I said. Make sure you stay in the position of love. Think about your future self. Don't be so hard on yourself, but at the same time, be very honest with yourself and self-reflective. If someone sort of triggers you, push your button, I want you to go within. Find out what's at the root cause, because nothing should distract you from the amazing, powerful, beautiful, divine being that you are. Nothing should distract you from that. Yeah. I love you all so much. And yes, let's give it up for the callers tonight, because they were in perfect alignment, perfect soulful alignment. Yeah. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it. That's going to do it for me. I will see you all in these cosmic streets. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to come back and leave a comment. And I seen you guys leave messages on Instagram. I'm going to go back over there too. And I'm going to read some comments while I find something to snack on, because I didn't miss my window for tonight. Yeah. So I love you all. Have an amazing, wonderful, activating, healing, grounding. Get outside, get some fresh air. You know, if it's still warm where you are, kick off your shoes, relax your feet, you know, walk around on earth. Take some of that good energy in to your spirit, into your soul. Tap into your playlist, listen to some good vibes and vibrations, do some journaling, take action on those things that are presenting themselves in front of you. Stay out of fear, because if you're in fear, you're not in love. So stay focused on love and know that I love you all. Ashe to the ancestors. Peace and love, you all. Peace and love. Ciao.